Before the story starts, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Space was silent. Too silent. Captain Evan Cross stood inside the control room of his small human ship. Outside the window was a dead planet. No lights. No signals. No life. The galactic map was clear. "This planet is empty," the system voice said. Evan was about to leave. Then he heard it. A sound no machine should make. A cry. Soft. Weak. Like a child. Evan froze. "Impossible," he whispered. There was no air. No cities. No reason for life. But the sound came again. Clearer this time. Evan broke the rule. Human explorers were warned. Never stop near dead worlds. But Evan turned the ship. The source of the sound came from a broken alien pod, half buried in black dust. Smoke leaked from its sides. The metal was old, very old. Evan opened the pod. Inside was a small alien child. She was no taller than a human 6-year-old. Her skin was pale silver. Her eyes glowed soft blue. One of her arms was injured. She was shaking. Alive. The child looked at Evan with fear. He slowly removed his helmet so she could see his face. "I won't hurt you," Evan said gently. The child did not understand his words. But she understood his voice. Evan picked her up. The moment he touched her, the crying stopped. Her small hand held his glove tightly, like she was afraid to let go. Evan carried her back to the ship. As the ship lifted off, the dead planet below began to break apart. Large cracks spread across its surface. If Evan had waited one more minute, she would be gone. Inside the medical bay, Evan cleaned her wound. The scanners showed something strange. Her DNA was ancient. Powerful. Not a normal alien child. When she woke up, she looked calm. Too calm. She stared at Evan, then at the ship, then back at him. She spoke one sentence. Her voice was soft, but clear. "You saved me." Evan stepped back in shock. You speak my language?" The child nodded slowly. Then she said something that made Evan's heart race. "Now you belong to my family." Before Evan could ask what she meant, the lights in the ship flickered. The child raised her hand. A symbol appeared in the air, glowing blue. A signal. Evan rushed to the controls. "What did you do?" he asked. The child smiled. Not a sweet smile. A knowing one. "I called them," she said. Evan looked at the radar. Multiple unknown ships appeared on the screen. Coming fast. Very fast. And all of them were heading straight for Earth space. The alarms did not scream. They whispered. Red lights moved slowly across Evan Cross's ship. The radar showed shapes that did not look like any known alien design. They were not attacking. They were waiting. Evan stood still. His hand hovered near the control panel, ready to run or fight. But the alien child sat calmly on the medical bed. She was not scared. She was home. "They are here," she said. Evan swallowed. "Who are they?" She looked at him with her glowing blue eyes. "My family." Before Evan could react, space folded. The stars bent like water, and in one silent moment, the human ship was no longer alone. A massive alien vessel appeared in front of them. It was ancient, golden, and alive. Its surface moved like breathing skin. A voice entered the ship. Deep. Old. Powerful. "Return the child." Evan felt his knees weaken, but he did not step back. "She's injured," Evan said. "She stays until she is safe." Silence. Then the voice spoke again. "You touched royal blood." The doors opened by themselves. Tall alien figures entered the ship. They did not carry weapons. They carried symbols. Banners. Marks of honor. They bowed. Not to the child. To Evan. He was confused. Humans were never bowed to. Not by anyone. The child stood and walked to the center of the room. She raised her hand. "These are the protectors," she said. "And you are my lifebinder." Evan did not understand. An alien elder stepped forward. "When you saved her life," the elder said, "you accepted our oldest law." Evan shook his head. "I didn't accept anything. I just helped." The elder's eyes glowed brighter. "That is why humans are dangerous," the elder replied. "You help without asking." A hologram appeared. It showed the child sitting on a throne. She was not a normal child. She was heir to an ancient empire. Evan felt the weight of the galaxy press down on him. "I didn't know," Evan whispered. The child walked closer. "I know," she said softly. "That is why you were chosen." The elder spoke again. "To protect the child, you must join her bloodline." Evan frowned. "Join? How?" The room went silent. The child pointed to another image. An older alien woman appeared. Tall. Strong. Her eyes carried centuries of war and wisdom. "My grandmother," the child said. "She is the matriarch." The elder finished the sentence. "You must marry her." Evan laughed once. Then he realized no one else was laughing. The child looked at him seriously. "If you refuse," she said, "my people will leave your species alone forever." Evan's smile faded. "That sounds good," he said. The elder's voice turned cold. "No," he replied. "It means no protection." The hologram changed. It showed Earth. Small. Exposed. Watched. And Evan understood. This was not a choice about marriage. It was a choice about human survival. Evan Cross did not sleep. Humans usually sleep before big decisions. But this decision was bigger than fear. Outside the window, Earth looked small. Blue. Fragile. One wrong answer, and it would stand alone in a cold galaxy. The alien council waited. The child stood beside Evan, silent for the first time. Her glowing eyes were not playful anymore. They were hopeful. The matriarch appeared. She was ancient. Tall. Her presence filled the room like gravity. Her face carried scars from old wars, but her eyes were calm. "You are afraid," she said. Evan nodded. "Yes." "You may speak freely," the matriarch replied. Evan took a deep breath. "I did not save the child for power," he said. "I did not save her for reward. I saved her because she was alone." The room became quiet. "That is a human answer," the matriarch said slowly. Evan looked at her. "But humans should not be forced," he continued. "Marriage is not a trade. It is a promise." Some aliens moved in anger. Others in shock. The child stepped forward. "He does not fear you," she said. "He fears losing himself." The matriarch studied Evan carefully. "For centuries," she said, "my people believed strength came from control." She paused. "But you showed us something else." A screen appeared. It showed the dead planet again. The broken pod. Evan lifting the child with shaking hands. "You had no reason to help," the matriarch said. "No law. No reward." Evan lowered his head. "That's what humans do." The matriarch smiled. Not a smile of power. A smile of respect. "The marriage," she said, "was never about ownership." Evan looked up. "It is symbolic," she continued. "A bond between species. A promise of protection. Relief washed over him, but he stayed serious. And if I say no? Evan asked. The matriarch's voice softened. Then we still protect Earth, she said. Because you already chose compassion. The council gasped. This had never happened before. Evan thought for a long moment. Then he nodded once. I will accept the bond, he said. Not as a ruler. Not as a prize. But as a human. The child smiled brightly and hugged his leg. The matriarch placed her hand over her heart. From this moment, she announced, humans are no longer weak outsiders. The stars outside shifted. Alien ships bowed. Signals spread across the galaxy. A new truth was shared. Humans do not conquer. Humans protect. Evan looked back at Earth. For the first time, it was not alone.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it.